Hello everyone, this is Ming Jong. Welcome to another episode of the market analysis for the S&P 500 E-mini futures for the session of 24th of September. So in this video, as usual, I will cover the market recap from yesterday and also talk about my trade review in a 3 minutes time frame, and I will include all the entries, exits, and the rationale behind. And definitely in the video, I will still focus on the current market condition because still there's quite a lot of the uncertainty at the moment, but at the same time still there are quite some interesting stuff that's developing at the moment, which I will share with you in the later part of the video. And going forward, I will also cover my bias and also my trading plan for the current market condition and the later session as well. Alright, so let's just get started. As we can see in this daily chart, so yesterday we have another bearish day. So if you recall my video, I do talk about just to watch out for the possible bullish corrector if it shows up, and we just need to watch it closely and judge the next movement down. So in this case, so yesterday we have another bearish day. So you can see that I slightly modified my trend line here. It's kind of touching the third point here and met some resistance and then reverse. But if you did not use the trend line like I showed you yesterday, it's still alright because there was some kind of the horizontal type of axis line acted as a resistance, and I will show it to you in the hourly time frame. But first of all, let us just take a look at this daily time frame. Quite a few things that stands out. Firstly, definitely we are right at this immediate support area, although I can just extend the support area to around 3100 as well, but I think it quite makes a lot of sense. We just take this thin line here together with this thicker orange line, so this should provide an immediate support level. Second, I think we are in some kind of the descending wedge or a falling wedge, whichever you like to call it. But this formation could still be ongoing, and we just need to wait for the confirmation in order for this kind of the falling wedge to become a valid. So yesterday we have a increasing of the supply compared to the previous day, but overall supply has been decreasing, and that does make some sense if we just use this kind of the falling wedge or the descending wedge as a justification for the bullish scenario. But anyway, let me just talk more on the later part of the video. First of all, let me go to the hourly time frame and let's do the recap of what's happening for yesterday. So yesterday I talked about potential supply absorption scenario right at this small trading range here. We can see that right after a spring type setup with this hammer bar, and we have this breaking out here, and subsequently it didn't really sustain. In fact, my speculation on yesterday was to have a bullish case so that you can actually test this 3360 immediate resistance line based on this prior supply zone and also the resistance as well. However, you can see that it just get tested the axis line. So this is the axis line where the supply becomes, where the resistance becomes support, and support turn resistance as well. So that provides some kind of the resistance, and I just adjusted my trend line today. So just connecting this few swing high, and you can see that it just touches right at this swing high here. So that's the immediate rejection. and subsequently we just failed despite having this kind of the possible supply absorption scenario. And my trade was actually based on the failure pattern, so you can see that I did mark this up already. But before I go into the 3 minutes time frame to talk about my trade, there are quite something that I would like to show you as well. So this is actually the possible or the assumed supply absorption scenario, where I think when it actually breaks out, then could have a back test, reversal, and then follow to go to test the higher ground at least around 33.60. However, you can see that right after the breakout, back test, and what we have is a failure. So this is a failure scenario, and subsequently we have this kind of the sign of weakness, bit of the back test, and followed by a relatively sharp sell off. So this is definitely one kind of the setup that I would like to trade, especially when the bullish case turn bearish, and I will just take advantage right here at the uptrust type of the setup. Apart from that, we can see that definitely supply has been increasing comparing to previous day. The real sell-off actually comes at the last 2 bars here. So right after actually it breaks down from this trading range. So you can see that that's the trading range, and we have a breakout here, subsequently followed by a weak rally, and then eventually have this kind of the sell-off. And let me get down to the 3 minutes time frame, and let me walk you through my actual trade in the 3 minutes time frame. Like I mentioned, this trade was actually based on a uptrust type of the scenario, because my trade was actually based on the my bullish assumption was actually based on the possible supply absorption scenario. So you can see that that is actually the trading range that I talk about, where I think there is some kind of the supply absorption going on. And right after the breakout, we have this kind of the backup, but actually it fails right back in. So I still trade based on this trading range. So you can see that that is the orange line here, and also together with this dotted line that actually forms this trading range. Let me zoom in a bit. Alright, so just prior to the US opening, we have seen this kind of the failure. So it just wouldn't able to sustain the breakout. So we have a sign of strength rally, horizontal type of the consolidation, but eventually fell back in. So my thinking at that point was to attempt to short, but because it's kind of close to the opening session, I just wait for the market to open to see what will happen, because quite a lot of times we will see this kind of the breakdown and kind of looks bearish, but during the US opening it could just go down a bit and then reverse strongly and keep going up. So I just don't want to get stopped out in this kind of the scenario. So I just wait for the US opening and see what's actually happening. So let me zoom in a bit more here. You can see here, right after the US opening session, we have quite a few of the rejection tail. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rejection tail. This is actually quite tempting to short right at this second bar here. So this is 9:33 p.m. my time zone, because it's kind of like going down. So it tested this orange line as a resistance, but because I think that we still have this kind of the immediate swing low, and I just want to see how it actually plays out. So I just waited for a few candles, and we did see it actually just go up a little bit. So, but it just wouldn't commit above. You see, this is the swing high, and it just did not commit above this immediate swing high. And until this point, I think this could be quite a nice short entry, but I did not take that because it's kind of acted as a localized upthrust. So what I mean by upthrust is just a temporary commitment, or you call it a hidden upthrust, a temporary commitment above the swing high level, and subsequently just reverse back in. So that could become quite a nice nice short entry, and to anticipate a breakout happen, so to ride this downtrend. But instead, I just waited for this kind of the confirmation. So this is being conservative at this time. And right after that, I shorted at the close of this candle because I just treat this whole thing as a trading range, and it just break out. And the context is based on the upthrust type of the setup, because if we just zoom out a bit, you can see that this is the trading range, and we have a temporary commitment above here, and followed by a failure with a range, and eventually just have this localized breakdown. So that is the whole thesis behind. I just entered short here, but my trade management did not actually keep me to ride the whole downtrend. Instead, it just stopped me out quite shortly. You can see that I got stopped out, I think it's here, so right at this bullish bar, because I just trailed the stops after the close of this big bearish candle. I trailed at half of it, so that actually stopped me out, so without actually riding this down move here, which is a bit of the pity. But never mind, sometimes in trading you won't catch every single pips or points. So on a high side, I think there are quite a number of the possible short entry as well. So this is definitely the first one, and depending how you manage your trade, you probably can write it down to here, or even write it all the way down to the lowest point. But if we just take, let me just highlight this trading range. Sorry, the trading range should be this orange solid line. This is a trading range. And if we play this breakdown scenario, and this whole thing could be the sign of weakness, and we have the backing up, and that actually follows by a reversal bar. So I think this is another point to enter short position. So this is a reversal trade, and another trade could be this kind of the breakout trade as well. So a sign of weakness followed by a backup action, and then eventually breaking down, and you can ride this whole down move. So I think that's possible. Anyway, that's the trade review. Let me just get back to the hourly time frame, and let's talk more on the current market condition. Yesterday I talked about a bullish case because I spotted this potential supply absorption scenario. In fact, it did get a breakout, but we do not have any kind of the upside follow through. Just two candle above followed by break back in, and it just tested this axis line where the support break become a resistance here, and then another resistance here as well. Or if you would like, you can take this whole down trend line as a resistance as well. So subsequently, when it fell back in, this kind of the upthrust usually have a swift movement down. So with an upthrust, temporary commitment above, and then break back in, and then break out, back test, and have this kind of the sell off. So right now, we just right at the support area. So let me zoom out a bit. You can see the whole area as well. Let's see the 8-hour chart. Okay, so this is the support area that I previously drawn up. So it still plays out nicely, and right here I believe it could provide some kind of the support. So if we just take this few swing high, connect together, and we just take this swing low and connect together, so it does looks like a falling wedge or this kind of the descending wedge. It is bullish in nature, but we definitely can see the down wave getting shorter, and hopefully we'll have the last one. And definitely the thrust as well is getting shorter and shorter as well. So suggesting that we're losing the down momentum. But in order to confirm this kind of the descending wedge or falling wedge, then we need to first see breaking out. So we need to see some kind of the quality up wave to break out of this immediate falling wedge here, and we can judge from there the future scenario. So one of the things that I would like to pay attention to, especially in this kind of the scenario, that could become when we connect these two lines as a trading the descending wedge. So one thing that could happen is we have another downswing, breaking down, and then followed by an up move, a quality up move, up wave to go up. So that would just confirm the rising, the falling wedge with a bullish scenario, or at least to stop the down move for now, probably going into some kind of the trading range, or at least to test the immediate resistance level 34.25, or this middle line here 33.60. So depending how strong or impulsive is the up wave will be. But definitely if we have more bad news coming out, then I think the oversold scenario could go down quite a bit before it can have some kind of the technical rebound. So this is something that we definitely need to watch out. So for the immediate or the trading plan for the later part of the session, what I'm actually looking at is, let me get down to the hourly time frame. And I think so far we are right at the support area. So there's a support area, and if we just take the swing low, so there's a swing low here, and definitely can take this non-RTH low as well. So still, depending how it unfolds, we could have a spring type of the trade. So temporary commitment below and going up. Else, I would like to see how it actually tests the last hour bar here as well. So that is around 32.40, close to 32.40. So whether you can just have a breakout, then reject, or you can actually go up a bit more to test this capitulation bar, the bearish, big bearish bar here, and have some kind of a reversal. Then you can ride it to the downside. So quite a number of things you can foresee or to anticipate some of the trading scenario. So overall, it's still within this downtrend or the falling wedge. So we'll see just how it actually plays out. Alright, so this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it and get something useful out from my video. If you like the video, just click like and also hover to my name or picture to follow me. And do remember to subscribe to my channel so that you get instant notification of my future video ideas. So as usual, if you have any kind of the comments, suggestions or trade ideas you'd like to share with me, or would like me to take a look to comment, feel free to comment it below. I will reply to you. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.